This video is about PaintCan for the iPad. PaintCan is a free download from the App Store, and it looks like a paint can with an orange rectangle around it. So I'm going to touch on PaintCan from my home screen, and it's going to bring up the interface that you see when you first start working. Now, there's something on here because I've been working on a painting, but yours will typically be blank right now. So what you're going to want to do is go down to the lower left-hand corner, and the very first icon, you're going to tap on that. And I'm ignoring this one because I don't want to save it right now. But for you, it's going to bring up your photos and a camera and samples. So you can look through the samples and see what other people have done. But I want to show you my process. So I'm going to get a photo by tapping on photos, and then I'm going to open up an image and show you the process where I have created some of these digital paintings. And I'm just going to see if I can get one to kind of give you an idea of the way I work. This one right here is of a bedroom, and I'm going to start with an outline. So to do that, I'm going to go over to the left-hand side. On the iPad version, you're going to see some additional tools that the phone version does not have. So where it says presets and manual, I'm going to choose manual. And I'm going to go to the brush that's the third one down on the left-hand side, because that's really going to be where I can create my outlines. And in PaintCan, it's going to pick up the color of the photo underneath. And I want to make it small so that I can fill in inside of the drawing. So to make it small, I'm going to go down to the bottom where you can see size and opacity, and I'm going to make that size just 1 or 2, and I'm going to make this rather opaque so I get a nice heavy line. So I'm going to turn that all the way to 100. Now, to zoom in, you're going to pinch your fingers out, so 2-finger pinch, and you're going to want to do that because you want to see what you're doing. So I'm just going to start here, and I'm going to start moving my finger along these lines that I see. You know, sometimes you have to use your artistic judgment on exactly what lines you're doing, where they are, because you are getting a grayed out view of the image. All right, so I'm just going to move along, and I'm going to copy what I see. So I'm basically tracing over all of the imagery here and creating an outline. Okay, this took me quite a while to do for the finished one, and I'll show you that in a bit. But I'm just going to use what I have here to show you how to fill in the color. So I need to move the opacity back up because I don't want full strength right now, and I need to make my brush a little bit bigger. And I'm going to just take my finger and swipe inside of these different areas. You know, I don't want to just make marks like this because it's kind of meaningless. You're not going to pick anything up. So you're actually coloring in the strokes where you know, that you have created. So it's a process here of filling in these areas. I don't really worry about being too exacting, but your process, you might want to be a little bit more careful about what you're doing, but I make it loose strokes, okay? So you can see how the image is developing, all right? And at this point, I might go back again and then start creating some more areas here. And I'm going to proceed that way until I have it finished to a point where I think it's a complete painting. Okay, so when you need to stop working on your painting, especially if you're doing one that is complex, you can go to the Snapshot feature, which it looks kind of like a clock right in the center of all of the tools down at the bottom. And when you touch on that, it's going to allow you to save this as a snapshot. So it'll save it just like this. That notice will come up, and it'll be in a gallery of snapshots for you. So when you want to go back and work on this again, you can simply go back to the beginning and start up like you are creating a brand new one. Touch the one that you're working on, and once you do that, you're going to see that it's going to bring it back up again. So when you're finished completely and you want to save it, you're going to look for the icon down there where the tools are, and it is going to be the third one from the right. So you have like a gear, and then there's one that's going to have a upward pointing arrow, and one with the downward pointing arrow is the one you want to choose. And when you do that, you're going to be able to save that right to your photos, and then you can share it out as you like. So here is the finished painting, and I think it's turned out nicely. I could have spent more time with it and, you know, developed some of the areas a little bit more, but I think the way it is, it's very nice. Sometimes I will tweak the saturation and the contrast to punch up some of the colors. You can also do that when you put it in Instagram with some of their filters. So thank you for watching, and check back for more videos on digital painting processes and other traditional art processes as well.